Mm, Okay. All right, my friends, you're going to need a band, a light one, a very light super band. If you have a yoga block, we will be using that today. And then we may play around with a weight of some kind. Okay. So a water bottle, an actual weight. It does not have to be super heavy. And we're gonna start standing. You don't need anything at the moment. Okay. Just bring your hands to your hips. Okay. Soft knees. We're going to tuck the pelvis under, stick the pelvis out. Let's do that a few times. Tuck the pelvis under, stick the pelvis out. One more. Tuck, untuck. Then we'll go side to side. So we'll go hip up, right hip up, left hip up. Now notice my knees. They're slightly moving, but it's because the pelvis. It's not because I'm going like this. That's the knees and the legs. Okay, so let's keep it in the pelvis. Side to side. Good. And then from here, right side up, tuck the pelvis under, left side up, stick the pelvis out. We're going to continue going in a big juicy circle. Try to keep a soft bend in the knees so the legs get to load. Reverse directions. For 3, 2, one more. Good job. Super. So this is good. We're going to work like femur and pelvic rotation today. And some funky sliding actions of the pelvis and the hips. So let your left leg be your standing leg. If it's easier for you to mirror me at home, then it's going to be your right leg. So you can just mirror me if you want. This guy stays facing forward. And the outside leg, our non-standing leg, we're going to open it up. Now when I do that, I open my pelvis. This foot is still facing forward. So just like, I want you to feel what's happening here. This leg and hip is in external rotation now because we pivoted the pelvis around it. You should feel a subtle stretch in here on your standing leg. If you're mirroring me, it's your right leg, but it's our left, okay? Then from here, I'm gonna cross the front of the body, and look what I'm going to do. I'm stepping in front. My standing leg stays the same. This is putting torque into the foot, the knee, the shin, the quad, the hip, and we've kind of closed the pelvis in on one another. You should feel that, correct? Thumbs up if you feel it. Good. So let's open. You can open as much as you want. You can even try to set the foot behind. Look, my foot even went behind. So this is really open now. Pelvis is open. And when I step in front, you can step close. You can step wide. The femurs are rotated internally now. You should feel that. Let's do it a few more times. Open. Even try to like, ooh, what happens when you try to externally rotate your back leg? Then it feels super weird. And then bring it in. One more time. Open. Let this standing leg do that pivoting. And close. Now I'm going to stay here with this femur internal rotation. And I want you to just bend the knees a few times. Let them knock in and straighten them out. bend. You can even hip hinge if you want, and straighten them out. Bend. It's like when we're here, right? It's like, oh, we're holding it. We have to go to the bathroom, right? And straighten one more time. Bend. And straighten, but not to a lockout. I don't want you to be locked out. Let's keep it bend in the knees. Lift all 10 toes. Suction cup them to the earth. Press your feet down. And it's going to come from the femur. So I want you to think about trying to rotate open both femurs. You're going to feel a lot in the feet. The feet are really suction cupped down. So you're trying to rotate it open. Spinning it open. Try to connect to the very center of your butt cheek on the underside. Can the rotation come from the very center of the hip? Increase some more. Increase your effort more. When I do that, my pelvis tucks under. When I get that pelvic tuck, I get a lot of contraction and keep ramping up, keep ramping up. Keep trying to spin open for 5, 4, 3, 2. It's like the heat went up. 1, and then reverse. We press down and we're trying now to rotate in. Oof, you might feel deep in the bone, the groin, the perineum. We're trying to spin in for 5, 4, 3. Maybe there's a micro shake happening. 2, 1, and relax. Let's tuck the pelvis. Keep the legs, untuck the pelvis a few times. You can even go, ooh, for a little circle here. One way and then the other. And then open back up. And then the legs go nice and wide. So let's bend the knees, hips go down. We're going to slide one hip up, tuck under, slide the other hip, and stick the tail out. Nice and slow. So it might feel like our circles, like we don't have a lot of space in our circles because the legs are a little wider. Let's reverse that. Let's go the other way. Still trying to like circle, create as much space as you can here. One more. Beautiful. And let's heel toe it in. So our base, our standing leg is going to be your other leg, your left leg. This is my right leg. Okay. So from here, we step across, rotating things in. And we step open, rotating out. We step in, crossing. You can always pause and see what it feels like there. Okay. And then open. How big do you want to step? How big do you want to open? And can you open and maybe even bring the foot back? So now both, it might be a lot of torque when you do that on this knee. Because the foot's, we're rotating through the knee too. When we're here, if we're really opened up, this tibia is an external rotation then as well. And close. Let's just go a few more. Even if you have to take like a few steps with your foot, pivoting in. Oof. One more. Keep a slight bend in the knee. And then let's cross. Let me step back here. So cross it in. So from here, just hold, and you can tuck and untuck the pelvis a few times. Tucking. And untucking the pelvis.
Vamos en clase, ¿qué pasa? No, no he llegado. Voy a llegar más tarde.
Tuck and untuck. And then you can even go up the little circles.
Me acaba de hablar. No sé exactamente.
So, bend the knees. Almost like that.
Me acaba de retrasar el señor.
And then straighten them out. Let's do it a few times. Bend and straighten. 2 more times. Bend. Last time. Good. So we're in this almost like duck position, right? We're close in. Femurs are rotated in, soft knees. And I want you to press down with your feet, suction cup them into the earth. And we're going to try and connect to that external rotation. See if you can connect to like the very deep base root of the hips here. You're going to feel it pull all the way up through the calf. Close your eyes if you need to. Ramp up, give me more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse it. Rotate in now. Try to spin in. Rotate in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Just give yourself a few pelvic moves. One more time. One way, then the other. Oof. Notice where it feels like weird, right? It's a circle here. Oof. And then just to tap into the ankles, bring the top of the foot down. Let's just roll on a little bit here. Roll over the top of that foot. For 3, 2, 1. Let's reverse it. 3, 2, 1. Other side. Let's see if you've been balance going on today. Other way. 3, 2. Try to roll over that big toe. 1. Nice. So this is where the band comes into handy. Okay. Here's the deal. If your band ends up being too heavy, then we get rid of it. Okay, and we just do without. There is balance involved here, so you might want just a wall or a chair close by. We're going to go ahead and step on it with our base leg. So this is going to be our base leg. Now, I really gotta pull. I'm pulling up to the inside of the knee. I'm letting it come out around towards my outer hip and around the low back. And my hand gets to hold on to it like this. So I have it doubled up. Super. Now, if you need to, just watch. This back leg, the toe can be down, or it can even be up into the air. I'm going to open up, just using my hands to help keep the band in place, and close my hip. Now the foot can stay down the entire time. I'm opening up through the pelvis, letting the pelvis open with a little bit of a hinge going on, and closing. So I'm closing the pelvis in on itself. This is that internal rotation of the femur, and opening. The band offers a little bit of load. If the foot is off the ground, we're working also balance. Okay, so sometimes I'll even put my foot on a wall behind me for support, just like the toe. So I can really focus on that balance. But we really want to let that outer hip sink down. This guy pull in when we're closing in. And then we really have to press down through the entire leg to open. It's a lot on the hip. It's a lot on that glute. Give me 3 more. 2. Ooh, pushing down and away. 1 more. Holy macaroni. Oof. And you can take the band off, be mindful. And once again, let's come to this wide position. Like the whole leg is super fired up on that side. And again, come into your pelvic cars for me. This big juicy circle. Reverse directions. Notice how the one side feels versus the other. Good job. Pivot. Again, letting my femurs pivot in. Other side. So, standing leg. A lot of people do this with like a kettlebell on the top outside of their hip. I've seen a lot of people. So I like to reach down, I pull, I bring it to the inside of the knee. It's like following the spiral of the knee and the hip. I hook it onto this outer hip, this bony part, and I bring it around. Whew. And this other hand really holds it in place. So it's pretty much the same thing we're doing, except we're adding load now to this in the beginning. Those step overs, right? Pretty much the same thing. But our foot is slightly off the ground, so the toe can be back here. Or like if you have a wall, something to prop your foot onto. I'm gonna sink in. As I close in, chest turns into the leg. This femur really sucks up and in. You should feel that. It almost gets tighter in the booty cheek. And then from there, you press down and away. You almost get a little uplift sensation. Okay? Let it sink in. Inhale. Exhale. Whew. Keep it going. Inhale. Exhale. A few more. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Holy macaroni. 1 more. And slowly let that go. Ooh. Hi. Let's go feet together. Knees close. So knees closed off as we circle the pelvis. Try to see if you can keep the knees touching. And then reverse direction. and relax. Okay. This is where your weight or whatever you're using, your water bottle, comes in handy. Okay. So, essentially, coming back to our first leg, our standing leg, and notice this leg here is going to be in a kickstand. Okay, I have my toe back here. The standing leg, just how it's been this entire time, is softly bent. My weight is in the opposite hand of my standing leg, the opposite hand. Now, I'm going to reach down. Notice what happens with my hips and my pelvis. My hips go back, my spine stays long, and it can touch down. If it does touch down, just pause. Just let it hover off the ground. And then press down and open back up. We're letting the ribs rotate here as I squeeze back. Inhale, reach far and over, pause here. Just let it hover. Notice we're in like that same position almost. Press down, open. So you're pressing down from the whole foot, especially the big toe and the big toe on that ball of the foot. And look, at the top here, my pelvis is tucked. Okay, let's do it again. Inhale. Exhale. Press and open. One more time. Inhale, reach. Let's hover it right above the ground. Don't let it touch for 5. Can you pick up your back foot? 4, 3, pick up your back foot. 2, 1, press down. Hello. Nice. Other side. So this is an RDL, folks. A Romanian deadlift. Really great for loading the booty cheeks. And all the mobility that we did beforehand really helps us connect to that spot. Okay, other side. I'm in this kickstand. Okay. I'm going, notice when I reach, the same thing happens. The pelvis pulls back. 3, 2, 1. Press it down. If you need it to touch the ground on the first few, that's okay. Inhale. Exhale. Press it down. Good. Again. Inhale, really reach. Allow your body to rotate. Bring it up. 2 more. Inhaling. That femur really hugs in. Press down. Okay. Last time. We let it hover right above the ground, way forward, pulse. Can you lift your foot up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press down. Hello. And drop it down. Super. Go ahead and fold over the legs. Walk your hands forward. Allow the hips to sit down. You can stay high. You don't have to go as low as you can. And then press into the hands. Come back up. Into that fold. Go 2 more. Down. Chest forward. Ah, hello. Down and fold. One more time. Down, chest forward. One more time, fold. Okay. Super. And we're gonna let the right knee bend a lot. If you're mirroring me, it will be your left knee. Let it bend a lot. Right hand stays on the ground, maybe on a yoga block. And then twist and lift your left arm up. So we're really allowing that the base hands leg to bend. Good. One more deep breath in. Let it go. Let the other knee bend. We're letting the pelvis twist, right? The weight shifts. One femur pulls back and in. Good. Fold forward. And from here, let's drop the hips. Let's come into our squat. Whatever squat you want to come into, you can sit on a block. You can stay high. Let's just breathe for 3, 2, 1. And slowly, gently drop the knees. Super. If you can, go ahead and give them a little sit. And from here, last time with the pelvis. So you can be high, okay, if it's too much for the knees, or down low. And let's give our pelvis that circle once again. So you can be high if it's too much for the knees. So listen to your body. Big, juicy circle with the pelvis. Reverse directions. Nice. And relax. So, essentially, we worked our, like I said, our Romanian deadlift today. Obviously, I mean, you can use weight with this. These are great with weight. I was just using a 10-pound, and I felt it a lot after all of the beginning work that we did, the isometrics, the mobility work that we did. So if I'm in the gym, right, and I'm training, I might be using a 35, right, or 25. But that's just because I'm super used to it, right? I've been training that rotation for a long time. So in the beginning, a lighter weight is really nice, or even just a band and the leg on the wall, right? Even just your foot, your heel propped against the base of the wall. It's really great, really, really great, because this rotation happens on a daily. Every time we walk, every time we squat down, every time we bend over. Okay, so super duper important for hip health. So good job.